And never mind, it is a single file train now. Everyone is running that high lane.
That was really lucky enough that Bubble defended that, but now Marcus is gonna go to the inside. He runs him off the track. Bubble has to slow down. Gets charged around the inside. They're gonna be side by side for the lead. Big Bubble! Bubble, the Wonder Boy! He's over! He's over!
To the line! Side by side! It's gonna be Little Man has a wreck in the back!
On the track, Little Man sent it back at the spins. Little Man spins.
And welcome back to Thursday Night Thunder here on MCRN. We're getting ready for the trucks at Kentucky for the Built Ford Tough 175. I'm your host Marcus, and I'm here always joined with Sin. And today we're here for a 117 lap race, and we're back after the month-long break for the Bubble 325. We are back with stock car racing. I'm excited. What do you think, Sid?
Yeah, I'm excited. I know this track always produces really good racing. Never seen how it exactly plays out here in KRE in the truck series. And in that case, I'm not really too sure how any track that I haven't seen yet in KRE in the truck series plays out, but I have a really good feeling about tonight. Looks like there's a lot of room around the racetrack. As you can see, there's 5 lanes all throughout this racetrack, a lot of places to make moves, a lot of room to make these moves, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
Definitely, and of course, I love this type of racing, love truck racing, and I'm glad it's back, but Let's talk about how many cars there are here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cars. 2 cars already got disqualified. It was not a long qualifying session, so some of these drivers were not able to really run here. So we've got maybe partially what we could have gotten. Maybe 1/3 of drivers that we could have gotten, but we got a pretty decent field. Let's go through the rows real quick. In row number 1, it's Just Ford 3 in the Snowman Custom Diecasts Chevrolet. In second, it is Bubble Boy 05 in the number 4 Bounty Chevrolet. And you take it away, Sin. Next row.
Right behind in row 2, it's going to be Cut in the number 51 Snowman Custom Diecast car, and then right behind it is going to be Carmelo in the 04 Dodge Ram truck.
In the third row, it is Grez, and then next to him is Blue Emo in the 75.
And right behind in row 4, it's going to be the 14 of Ryder and the 76 of, how do you know? I forgot what his name was.
That is Hog
in the 76 Napa Ford Fusion truck.
And in last, rounding out your field is DJ in the number 17 Toyota and Little Man in the 85 Ford. As we go to turn number 1, we are getting ready for the return of stock car racing here today for Thursday Night Thunder. Coming to the restart zone, Ford is your control car, getting ready. And we're green flag, boogity, 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 let's go racing at Kentucky, baby.
So back, Ford gets a really good jump on the inside line. Could be the potential best line here for restarts at Kentucky, with Cut right behind the teammates, the Custom Diecast gang right behind, taking control of this lead early on as they exit turn 2.
There are 3 Snowman Custom Diecast schemes, usually pretty good drivers, as Ford is really starting to pull away as he is on track and definitely going to lead the first lap. Sin, take it away.
Taking it away here is Ford. Seems like every week in every series, he always just looks dialed with this car, always feels really comfortable, able to do exactly what he wants the car to do. And then, yeah, talking about, the Snowman Custom Diecast car, as he makes a huge lunge to the inside as there's a caution as going back, it looks like Ryder in the 14 is going to crash. He crashed in turn 1. He has lost his rear of his truck. I'm pretty sure that he will still be okay. Yep, he's in his last car. Not ideal right now for being in lap 2 of 117 laps. He has to work with just one more car compared to the entire field that has 2 still. Luckily to see him okay, and luckily to see his final truck is okay, but that will bring out your first caution of today. And up front, as we were talking about Ford, right behind him is Cut in the 51. He won in Cups, the Cup Series at Talladega a couple weeks ago, which was a very, very awesome sight to see. I got second, got the Snowman Custom Diecast 1-2, monumental week. Yeah, and then just a lot of talent here for the Snowman Custom Diecast cars. And then the Broomstick making some moves, getting past Bubble, who started second. He'll be in third, then Bubble in fourth, and then Carmelo in fifth will round out your field, or their top 5 for the restart here, which will be green this time. And it's a turn 1. We saw the inside worked very, very well the last restart. I think I saw a lot of people on the outside kind of dipping down, which was very interesting. So maybe they know something I don't. But on this restart, will the outside line get a better run? Will Cut be able to take the lead? Will Bubble be able to get past Cut and take the lead? Or will the 17 make a move on the inside of Ford, or maybe on the outside of Ford, to make a move into turn 1 and out of turn 2 to take the lead? Only one way to find out. It's here on KRE on MRCL or MCRN Racing Network here in Kentucky, the 2012 Kentucky track. Very iconic track. As we're about to go back racing. Ford in the lead, Cut in second. Who will get the good restart here? It's coming into turn 4. The slowest pace lap of all time is about to end here in a couple of meters. Ford, he got a good restart the last time. Could Cut get a good restart this time? Here we go. One way to find out. It's here on KRE. As we're green here at Kentucky, crossing the line. Looks like the outside got a much better start this time. Cut looking to almost get past his car here on the outside. If he could get the run, he might be able to take the lead here. And it looks like he's going to try to make that happen, going to the outside. The 51 to Cut, going to make a move on the outside, getting the run. He's going to take the lead here. Will he clear Ford entering turn 3? It looks like he will. Bubble on Ford's outside, entering turn 3. Ford trying to make a lunge into the inside on Cut in the 51. Looks like it won't happen. And Cut, a very, very strong driver. Another Snowman Custom Snowman Custom Diecast car taking the lead as there's a
Little
caution.
man in the back.
And Little Man in the back.
Oh,
We'll bring out a caution.
that's horrible. Whatever just happened, I no clue yet. Looking back on it,
You're not too sure either. I know the 75, I believe that is.
I
Is
see
in
what
the
happened.
pits.
Okay, it was not the 75. I think the 75 was just gonna pit. It was the 38 of Grez who went into the back of Little Man, unfortunately ruining his day. And apologies for being gone, but I'm here to stay. I'm back. Sorry, son. I'm joking. But and well, already 5 laps in, and there's been 2 cautions.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, from what I saw, I'm not too sure if he reset his car, but it did look like Lil Man still had his first car. Did he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to see. Unfortunate incident bringing out the second caution of the day, but luckily the 75 will be okay. Still in the pits. I guess he's parking it to go AFK. And then Lil Man still in his first car, so he will be okay for this restart. So far, still a long race. Only 5 laps in, we've had 2 cautions at 117 laps. Gotta wonder how this plays out. Of course, I think we'll get a green flag run, but at the same time, it's KRE. You never know what's gonna happen.
Of course, and my main little thing that I always used to say when commentating is anything could happen. Like, for all we know, Blue Emo could win this race, and he's in the pit road. So a lot of unknowns, a lot of things. There's Little Man's announcement, last car. Two snowman schemes. First and second, can they keep it as the third one? That's Ryder, the number 14, looking to catch back up. Also, if you noticed, yes, from the past two races, there was a scheme banned. So therefore, you were not able to run your own custom schemes. And due to just reasons I will not say, just reasons, but that ban has been lifted. So you will see a lot more colorful schemes, more schemes of the era as we get ready to go green again, coming to lap number 7 off of 6. Take it away, Sin.
So here we go. Third restart of the day as coming to the restart zone. We are green, green, green yet again to start lap 7 of 117 laps here at Kentucky. This time the inside line gets a really good jump. Cut almost looking to pass forward on the inside here, entering turn 1. It looks like he will, but the 17 of Broomstick is going to try to make a move here into turn 2. Broomstick trying to make that work. He's going to get a little bit of a push there from 4, a little bit of a push from Carmelo, but it won't be enough, and the Snowman Custom die-cast cars, the 51 and the 3 of Cut and Ford will take the race lead, or Cut will take the race lead with Ford right behind on the exit of 4. Cut will lead this lap after our third restart of the day.
I was going to say, take a look at Ryder before he smacks the wall, and DJ going all the way down into the grass, flipping, coming back up into the pack, and into bubble, wrecking hard. That collects Carmelo. DJ, what were you doing?
So I'm not even too sure how I'm gonna summarize what I just saw on my MacBook screen. So it might have been lag, but he just went into the grass, got loose in the grass, went on 2 wheels in the grass, and then came around and wrecked the entire field. I am not too sure why he did that. Surely, he didn't do that intentionally. I'm hoping that it was lag, but yeah, fortunate
honestly,
incident.
For his case, I don't think you should hope it's lag, as the most recent races of the Classic IndyCar Series, by the way, Classic IndyCar Series coming to MCRN, being streamed on Bubble Boy 05. But in those races, there were lag warnings. You have a couple warnings before you get basically kicked for lag. So let's hope that they don't do that again. But we get ready to go green. A quick caution. We're green, green, green. The two snowman schemes leads against Little Man, and Ryder, the third one right behind.
A Ryder making his way through the pack, trying to make a move on the outside here on the 85 of Little Man and on the 76 of Hog, trying to make that run. And it looks like he can't get that done. He's going to fall back a little bit, but it looks like Cut and Ford are still the dominant Snowman Custom die-cast cars, as Ford is trying to make a move on the inside. Cut trying to get that run on the outside here, trying to keep his lead. Looks like Ford going to get a really good drive off on the inside in 4, and he will take the lead back, crossing the line to start lap 10.
It's just going to be a battle between these two drivers. The number 3 and the 51 as Cut tries to set it in there a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. As we go back, take a look at the back. That's a Little Man getting contested by Carmelo, but there's also his brother, Bubble Boy, but also Little Man coming up to Cut. He's catching up with that draft, but again, you also got to think about those tires and those dirty air. Anything could possibly ruin your race, and you see how close they're running up to that wall. You do not want to touch that wall as they're DJ around again.
And it looks like that'll be his race, because the last time he destroyed his first car, and I think that's his last car.
Unfortunately, definitely looks like a lag, so it looks like the lag's just going to ruin him, period. But an unfortunate way to end DJ's run. And yep, he's out. He's gone.
Really, he had so much pace. He was in third, for those 2 restarts in the beginning, and he had a lot of pace, and he seemed to be holding his, line and holding his position quite well. But yeah, lag just takes you out, and that's one of the reasons, going back to, the rule, that's why it was made, because either, you're going to ruin your race or someone else's race. You could just prevent that from happening and just, be the bigger man and just, take yourself out of the car, because they could collect a lot of people. As we saw, the last restart, and a lot of people involved in that I believe, the lag spike entering the tri-oval on the grass. So it's very important, lag. It's one of the biggest reasons of deaths in road racing.
like the use of death there, as in the most recent classic IndyCar racing league testing, there was a couple wrecks there that were caused by lag, and they're gruesome. I'll say very gruesome here at Kentucky. As next week I think we go to Kentucky for the Classic IndyCar Series. As by the way, we are green. Ford, Cut, and Little Man 1, 2, 3 pulling away from the pack, as in the back Ryder and Grez had hit the wall. Cut still looking to contest Ford, as nothing yet.
And nothing yet so far. Looks like Adrian in the back trying to make a move on Ryder, who's in last, trying to fight to get out of that spot. Something I'm noticing here up front. Oh, actually Ryder making a little bit of a move, a little bit of a switchback on Adrian, and it looks like he's going to make that move happen. And Little Man at the front trying to make a move here. Something I've noticed is that when, he's just a single car in the, any lane, he really tries to prioritize exit speed. I'm not sure if, we'll see it this time, but he really enters very high, and then he really tries to get a huge run using that banking to his advantage, trying to take, position, try to get a run, get some momentum going. This time it's going to be right to the bumper of Cut, trying to make a move forward, pulling away despite all this. And it seems like we might have a green flag run for now. I'm not trying to jinx anything. It's Ford goes fastest lap.
You better not jinx anything, because I think what these drivers are doing now, after we saw a bunch of wrecks a second ago, Grez into the wall in the back, by the way, if you take a look at that, and I don't know what's going on with him. It looks like lag issues too. Let's hope that does not bring out the caution. Going back up to Cut and Little Man. I believe these people are they're not trying to run it that good. I think also tires are starting to get to them. Dirty air is going to affect them soon. So we've got a clean batch of drivers too. Hogg, one of the rookies in this series, he barely signed up recently. So definitely more experience now than what we had with that 10 or the 12 car field. But it gets crazy at the end, so we'll just have to wait and see.
It really does. I remember last weekend, I believe, we were commentating at Phoenix. Not last week, what am I talking? The last race. It's been like a month. Last race we did, I believe, was at Phoenix, and in the final few laps, we saw there were a ton of cautions. So, yeah, as the laps start to tick down, get closer to 117 laps, the final lap, we will see a lot of aggressive moves. I know I say this every week, but it's true. And we saw it at Phoenix, saw it at Daytona, see it pretty much everywhere in road racing. As Cut is making a move to the outside on Ford, who I think had a wall tap, and he's going to take the lead entering turn 1.
He did have a wall tap, and Ford already contesting it. And remember, if you remember how these cars work, if you hit the wall in the corner, you will lose about 4% of your tire wear. You start at 100%, and you go down with laps going around the track. But if you hit the wall, it's just 4. You lose 4%, and it doesn't help you. I'll say that, especially racing in nationwide race tomorrow. It's difficult when hitting the wall a bunch of times, as they are side by side, Ford and Cut. Let's hope no one hits the wall like I was talking about. Ford ripping that high lane. Can he get the run? But here's Little Man. Little Man gonna make it 3 wide.
Little Man making it 3 wide, entering turn 3. Ford's on the outside. He has a better chance of getting that run, but I believe it does get a little bit tighter up there. Ford might have to lift here. You saw that lift, and Little Man's going to take advantage of that. Not only going to pass Cut, but he's going to pass Ford as well. It's crossing the line to start 19 laps into this race. Little Man, for the first time tonight, will take the race lead here, but Ford sending it in, taking advantage of Little Man's line, trying to sabotage it. As coming off of turn 2, Little Man still might have a little bit of a run here. It's still going to be side by side. Who's going to get it here? Entering turn 3 and exiting turn 4. Cut right behind Carmelo, trying to make his way into this. A battle brewing here at Kentucky.
It's probably not the best thing that's going to happen. It's very entertaining as they're 3 wide again. Cut gets the edge and leads that lap. But this is them battling is allowing for Carmelo and Bubble to start catching up, which, yes, they are. If you didn't notice, I mean, you have eyes, come on. As they go back single file, and it's still the Snowman Scheme cars, as here's Little Man side drafting forward, maybe to look for another move. Coming into turn number 3, he backs out of it a little bit too much dirty air plus draft. That definitely wasn't going to help him, as it is still the Snowman Scheme teammates and Little Man.
Little Man still able to make that move, even though Cut got a little bit of a push from forward. He's going to take the race lead back. Looks like this time he's going to try to fix his line so he doesn't get sent on again. Try to take command of this race as Carmelo trying to make his way into this forward, trying to get past his teammate. Bubble starting to catch up too. Forward going to give a little bit of a push to Cut here. I'm not too sure if it's going to be enough to make a move here, but maybe it will for Ford trying to get to the inside of Little Man. Not going to happen. He will cut the teammate, his teammate of the 51 of Cut, with Carmelo trying to make a move on him too, trying to get third for the first time tonight. Ford trying to take the race lead back, and Bubble lap by lap, corner by corner, he's starting to really start to catch up, and Ford takes advantage of Lil Man's line yet again, trying to make a move. Looks like Lil Man going to try to get that run on the outside here. This time Ford going to get a really good run on the inside, get that traction, get that grip, able to push his car to the lead here entering turn 3.
And Cut still trying to catch up along with Carmelo and Bubble. But here comes Little Man. Little Man going to go to the inside of Ford. Can he try and lead that lap? He's going to lead that lap. Lap 23. Again, this racing's already crazy on lap 23. Imagine what we'll have for the finish. It's Carmelo already starting to get in the mix. It took him 10 laps, maybe, no, wait, 8 laps as Little Man goes back for the lead side by side. Two very far rows back, and here's Bubble on the inside. He's looking for third place. Can he make the move stick as his brother is still contesting forward for the lead?
Yeah, tire wear is definitely not being worried about right now. I don't even think any of these guys are saving the way they're racing each other, which makes this a lot more entertaining. But you've got to wonder for the ones that are saving how this is going to play out for them. Because right now, going side by side like this, and look at this. Ford's almost about to hit the wall. As luckily he doesn't have to lift off there, but Carmelo gets turned by Bubble, and that's going to bring out, I think, the 4th caution of tonight, maybe 5th. I'm not too sure. I haven't been keeping count. But Carmelo is tagged by Bubble and slams into the inside wall on the entry of turn 3, almost to the entry of turn 3, and that will be Carmelo's first car done.
Well, speaking of no, not even speaking of. What am I talking about? But what I was going to say also after that was Hog is like, I don't know what he's doing. He is dragging his car, driving a lowrider right now around the track with that blown tire. And from what you said earlier, people saving, that's not people saving. People were hitting the wall. A bunch of wall taps from Blue Emo, a bunch of wall taps for Hogs. So that definitely messed them up. And as you see, the consequences from wall tapping a lot will get you that. So I don't know how this restart's going to be with Hog having a blown tire. I don't know if he's allowed to pit. So we'll see in the next couple of laps. But what racing are we seeing? That was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. It shows, because remember you're talking about the experience between some of these guys. You know, I know sometimes you see like a lot of crazy racing when there's, you know, a ton of people in the same pack, like 20 people, 15 to 20 people averaging a race. The field count definitely makes, you know, a big difference. But tonight it's all about experience and racing prowess, as it's been Ford, Lil Man, Bubble, Cut, and Carmelo mainly tonight, just putting on a show using their experience, being able to make some of these moves stick, creating a lot of these amazing battles. It's awesome to see, as it looks like all the cars are going to be mandatory pitting this time.
We've never had this before, guys. Let it sink in. Let's just be quiet for this moment. Just That was amazing. Again, in the KRE series, you never see caution pit stops unless in F1. F1, they do the F1 2006. They give you, obviously you can do it under safety car, but I actually don't know. I'm not even sure, but you never see stuff like that. So it's nice to see that once in a while. Mandatory, I'm guessing, because of how many people already messed up with the tire wear. But as we get ready to go back green, Ford will lead us to the green, little man behind, and Bubble in third. Again, everyone has fresh tires, so we'll see how this restart shakes it up.
As we're getting an interesting message here regarding previous incident. Quarter panels got stuck. I was turning full left. Okay. Very interesting to note for this next restart, as Ford will take the lead here. Am I starting this off?
CCC.
Okay, copy. As Ford exiting turn 4, it's going to be single file yet again here. As here we go, crossing the restart zone for the 5th time, I think. We're green again here at Kentucky tonight under the lights in the 2012 Kentucky, and Ford able to kind of make this lead stick so far. But entering turn 1, things might change here as Cut trying to make a move on Bubble. Looks like Ford might be able to keep his race lead here. Entering turn 1, Bubble trying to get to the outside of Cut, not going to be able to work. Looks like Ryder trying to make a move on Bubble here, actually. Ryder to the inside. The Soulmate Custom diecast, a little bit of teamwork there. This Bubble going to try to make it stick around the outside. Ryder is going to block that off. But, oh, no, Bubble's going to make a switchback, and Cut is going to have a huge run here on Little Man, trying to pass him here as they cross the line, entering turn 1. Who will take the lead here? It's a 3-car battle.
Here's Cut onto the outside, still making it stick, as earlier in the race we did see Ryder make it stick. So he's still with him. He's still side by side with him, but Little Man's not backing down. As we enter turn number 3, Little Man does have to back down, having that lower line. But here he comes again. He's still sticking with him. Again, this is helping Ford pull away. How many times am I going to say again?
Yeah, I think this is just a battle of two drivers who think they're faster than each other, and they're not letting up right now, because Little Man thinks he could catch him off of his pace. But Cut probably thinks, I don't know, I think I can make a move on you, try to get to Ford. It's a lot of, I guess I'd say ego boost, not in the worst way. But yeah, two drivers trying to go at it, trying to be the faster driver to get back up to Ford. It looks like Lil Man will be that one to get past Cut here and take second place, try to make something work to start catching up to Ford, but Cut is relentless. He's not going to let off. But they're starting to catch up, and Bubble's trying to get away from that three-car battle in the back between Carmelo, Ryder, and the 76 of Hog, as there's still going to be 3 wide here, and Cut is going to make a move on Lil Man on the exit of turn 2.
Yeah,
and Lil Man hits the wall.
In that backpack, unfortunate for Little Man, but in that backpack, they were 3 wide for, I think, 2 laps. Incredible racing, even for some of the rookies. It's Carmelo and Hog, as Ryder does know a way around this track as they're going 3 wide again. Oh my God, there's Hog. Hog, an amazing run that he got, I think, from Blue Emo. And just having that draft, but the battling's not helping them. Battling's not helping them at all, as they are 3 seconds away from the leader, or 4 seconds away from the leader, 3 seconds, I think, from the pack, maybe even 2. As we go, you know what, let's just stick to this battle right here in the back for a little bit. Ryder's still trying to make his way. He's just getting stuck. Him and Carmelo are getting stuck battling each other, and there's Hog into the wall, and somehow Hog prevails as they're 3 wide again. What? Hog had a better run hitting the wall and getting that bump from Carmelo than he had all corner, as he's going to get another bump. He's getting moved out of the way from Ryder. Into the wall goes Hog, and that is it for that 3 wide battle. Going back up to the front pack, let's go to Cut. Cut slowly starting to get contested by Little Man.
Yeah, slowly, and looking like he's still sticking with Ford, but yeah, as these guys battle, it's really not going to help them out. But soon, it looks like Lil Man and Bubble, the 2 brothers, Lil Man hits the wall there, as, yeah, it looks like Cut might be able to take advantage of that and start to pull away a little bit here from them, as these two, the brothers, are going to start going at it here in Kentucky. Might slow them down a bit from Cut, and Ford might even lose draft. They got to make something work, figure something out soon, figure out who's the faster driver, try to get that toe from them to get up to Cut and to Ford. But right now, Ford is still setting really good laps, still has the fastest lap of the race, crossing the start-finish line. And yeah, it's kind of calming down a bit, except for the battle for third place. That's going to start brewing up here soon, as it will, as Bubble, one of the brothers, the two brothers battling here, trying to make a move on the inside, trying to get that good run off of the exit of turn 2. And it looks like he's getting so close, and he might be able to do it. Try to clear him entering turn 3, and it looks like he will, as Bubble will get right by his brother. But Lil Man, we've seen it all night with him really using his line, to get a really huge momentum here. As you can see it right there, mid-corner in the apex, he was able to just catch up so much there in turns 3 and 4. And yeah, Lil Man's definitely, once he gets past, he definitely knows how to get back up to these drivers just because of his line. It's really good, but at the same time, we've seen it. It really sacrifices, some of your positions, because some people could just send it into your inside like Ford did, and they can make it stick and you could lose a spot. So, but yeah, pretty interesting battles going on right here at Kentucky.
And with that, we are on lap now 36 as Ford crosses the line. We will take a short intermission, a little break, and we'll be right back. You will not miss a thing, though. And we are back here for Thursday Night Thunder. Again, we told you, you won't miss a thing. And the things we did not say that you did miss is Ford is on fire. Just consistently pulling away. You saw that battle with Carmelo, Ryder, and Emo. They have the same amount of pace as each other, which isn't the best, but they are doing, I'm talking about Ford. Ford is doing amazing. And definitely one of the favorites today. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's a favorite every week, honestly. He just has to hope that, everything goes his way and he doesn't crash like he has in some leagues, like MRCL. But yeah, tonight it looks like everything's going his way. He has a car, he has the pace, he has the track to make stuff work. And yeah, Ford is definitely a favorite here tonight in Kentucky.
And Cut, Bubble, and the Little Man have been falling back just ever since they've let Ford get away, which is not the thing. As we know, you can stay together. I mean, Carmelo, Emo, and Ryder are prime examples of that. But definitely, we won't see much action here for a little bit, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, if we were to see something happen, it would would have been between Ryder and Blue Emo, but that's not going to happen anymore because they're so far apart. And yeah, it's one of the things in road racing that helps, not bring out cautions. It's a very spread out field, and right now it is a very spread out field.
And just going through it real quick. Oh, I think Ford had hit the wall just a little bit. As Ryder and Carmelo are battling it out still, and it didn't affect Ford that much. As we'll go to Carmelo and Ryder. Ryder looking to take fourth place away from Carmelo, as he does. As I'm guessing they're just going to keep piggybacking or playing hot potato with each other, as Carmelo goes to the inside of Ryder.
Making a move on Ryder there in the inside. Ryder, a little bit of door banging there. I guarantee you these two guys are kind of not, the happiest with each other right now, especially Ryder, just because look at how far off they are from the leaders. The leaders are in turns 3 and 4 right now. They're exiting 2, so I definitely wouldn't be happy about this either. Very heated battles going on between Carmelo and Ryder. And if a caution were to come out, it would be because of these two guys battling it out.
I think so too, yeah. Either that or Hog blows another tire as Ryder really sends it in, as are they gonna make it? They didn't make it. As there's Hog again in pit road from probably the amount of wall tabs he does. As these two are still battling, and as you were saying, piggybacking off of what you said, yeah, who wouldn't be mad? I mean, you're getting contested so much for a position that barely matters right now. Well, you could have been up there fighting with Little Man and Bubble for third. As I just realized Little Man is a lap down. I'm stupid, but you could have been up there. Just that's the whole thing. As Ryder and Carmelo are going to pit now.
So they come into pit. Wonder they're definitely going to catch up a little bit to Ford by doing this undercut, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough exactly to catch up to them or catch up to Ford. And even then, when Ford comes in, his tires are just going to be so much better. So at this point in this stage, they really need a caution. But right now, it looks like the top 4 right now doing a pretty good job at tire saving haven't come in yet. Little Man and Bubble still very close together, but Cut still has some space to try to catch up to Ford. And it looks like he's starting to fall back again. Ford's still on fire.
Well, remember, most of those battles were happening in the back. And they were wall tapping, as we saw a couple cars go into the wall. I think it was Ryder who got into the wall by Carmelo as they come up relatively at the same area. So that's to blame for this early pit. I don't think we are at the pit window just yet. They're stretching it. Ford's stretching it. Cut and Bubble is. Little Man got wrecked, so he's maybe got 1 lap ahead of these guys, or if anything, maybe -1. But there's just a lot that goes into this. So we'll see what happens in the next lap, but Carmelo and Ryder are just going to keep battling it out, which should not be their main priority right now.
Yeah, I agree. And then going back to tire wear, A curious thing that I was wondering about when we were seeing all these battles, a couple laps ago between Ford, Carmelo, Cut, Lil Man, Bubble, that entire battle for the lead, the entire time, just the amount they were battling, they're acting like the tire wear didn't even matter, or was like it was just non-existent. So you got to wonder if there's that much tire wear here in Kentucky. I know that hitting the wall especially, it's going to really shred your tires. But it might not be that bad, and especially if you don't hit the wall, I think you could stretch it out a long, long, long time. But I'm not too sure. Only one way to find out, and I'm pretty sure that there is not that much tire wear because Ford is still out there.
Well, there wasn't that much practice either. So the people are figuring this out quick. And Ford, by the way, to show you Ford's talent in row racing, is he found all that speed up from one qualifying lap, only one. And if anything, I don't know if they updated it before they were able to spawn it, but barely anyone got practice. But if they didn't get practice and Ford only got it from that one lap, that is, I think that, I don't know, that tells you that Ford is probably a little bit of Ford glaze right here. Is probably one of the best row racers ever. I mean, Little Man uses provisional. I mean, the only ones contesting them is the Fortune brothers. So it's crazy what Ford can do from literally just one lap.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed just from racing with him, and that's kind of how I've had to alter my driving style too, just to try to learn stuff. Like at Gateway last year, Ford and me and a lot of the leaders are doing a lot of moving around the track, trying to figure out the fastest way around. But that's what makes a good driver, just in general, in road racing in real life too. You got to be able to make stuff work. You got to be able to figure stuff out in short amounts of time. And Ford's one of the people to do that. But so is Lil Man, who figured something out to catch up to Ford massively and take the lead here in Kentucky.
Not the lead. He is now on the lead lap. Ford is still in the lead. Yeah, no, I kept getting confused about that too. Earlier, it is, and I'm not used to seeing him a lap down. It's a little weird, but now he's in fourth place as Emo Pits.
All right, yeah, I was wondering why he was so, but okay. But now, Cut is actually starting to make a move here, trying to get some momentum going to try to get up to Ford. It looks like he will, because he was around like 2 seconds a couple laps ago when I last saw the gap, and now he has really caught up to Ford here, 1.2 seconds behind. Cut, has he figured something out? All right, I was wondering why he was but okay.
I'm really confused of where Little Man found that speed, because relatively they're the same lap, unless he pit. If Turdy saw anything, Turdy are, what is it called? The producer for this, race today, Blake is not here. What happened?
Cut just ball tapped all of turn 1 and 2 and is in a second of Ford.
Oh, look at what he did!
What is happening? Cut running the apron. Well, that's not going to help his tires whatsoever. It may have helped the cap, but he hit the wall like 3 times in one corner. I'm not too sure.
I think it's just lag. We saw DJ suffer from lag at the start of the race, and I bet he's not the only one. But as we apologize if you did hear some crunching, by the way. The new producer, just it's a little slow, guys. But no one still yet to pit, and I believe he's not the only Little one. Man is at least 1 or 2 laps better tires, if anything. As we apologize if you did hear some. I'm confused where Little Man found this speed. Either they're saving or he genuinely found raw pace in his car.
Well, Ford's been out for a long time. The top 3 here. And okay, that's very weird because Low Man's ahead of Charmander, but because he passed. Okay. All right. Very confusing scenes going on here at Kentucky. All right. I think he came out behind Ford, Bubble, and Cut, and I think he has very fresh tires compared to the leaders here, who will probably be pitting soon. and he's just using that to his advantage, and he's able to get right by Ford and the others because there's just no way in how he found that much speed. And it would make sense because he's almost a lap down. He just passed Ford. So, yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, Ford, I think they might come in soon.
I mean, they better hope. I'm surprised they're going out this long. What?
At the same time, Little Man pit a couple laps ago, I'd say. So Little Man might have the tire advantage right now, but coming into the pits,
he did pit.
It'll be Ford, Cut, and Bubble are going to have far better tires. Once they pit.
I'm not gonna lie, my brain is like fried right now. The month off of stock car racing kind of messed me up.
It's weird too, because
I know because they had that pit. They had that mandatory pit stop. But I'm just confused. Little Man just found something. No, Little Man had just found something that Ford, Cut, and Bubble didn't. As Bubble's in the pit, by the way.
He had to unlap himself, so he must have pit when we were watching the back markers.
No, I doubt it because he wouldn't have been with the pack.
Ford's coming into the pits.
As there's Ford
staying out. Bubble came in, so Ford responded to that, and they're both in the pits now. I believe Bubble is just exiting pit road, and Cut passing Bubble here. Ford just entered the pits. He's trying to get to his stall, and I'm very curious to see what the gap will look like between Ford and Lil Man, who should be the net race leader. Actually, not the net race leader, but he should be leading once Cut comes into the pit. And looking at him, it looks like he's going to come into the pits this time. No, he's not. He's staying out.
It's still Little Man who's still out, so he'll actually be the leader once Cut pits. But we're waiting on when Little Man will pit as Ford comes out. As maybe Little Man did pit, but
he did. That's why he was a lap down. And then he passed Ford, got back on the lead lap, and that's why he was marked fourth on the ticker. And then you'll see it here too. Once Cut pits, and when we see that Ford is in the lead, we're going to see Ford start to catch up to Low Man a lot just because of that tire advantage. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because that would explain why he had to unlap himself. He must have pit.
Pit. Hearing from our producer as Little Man is the fastest lap, so we apologize for being a little bit confused. We had a little the brake. We had used the brake well. Let's just say that we had to.
But I think just a spread out field too. It's very confusing to see what happens because at one point, he was battling with Bubble, and it was like, okay, cool. Went to the back markers and tried to see what they were doing, and that's what once we came back, he was still with Bubble, but he was a lap down. So it's just one of the unfortunate things that we see due to low field counts and very spread out fields. It gets hard to kind of keep track of things, but now we know, and now what we know now is that Ford is indeed trying to catch up to Lil Man and about to pass Ryder and Blue Emo in the 75, trying to make a move here, try to get back up to Lil Man.
And Cut had pit a lap earlier while you were talking and is currently with Bubble a couple seconds back from Ford and Little Man, as Ford is still trying to maneuver his way through traffic as Blue Emo moves out of the way. Weird strategy, though. Again, for Little Man, I don't know. I mean, thinking about it, it could work. They went about maybe 40 laps, 30 laps, 40 in between 30 to 40 laps with those tires. Same with fuel. So, what? Oh, there it is. Look at that. So, Little Man pit lap 48, while the four top runners had pit 60, 65, 64. Could this play and work out for Little Man?
I mean, right now, just looking at the gap between Lil Man and Ford, it's not too bad considering how fast Ford's running him down. Ford's definitely running him down. The tire advantage is definitely still there, and he's definitely catching up because of that. But the thing about the strategy is that, yes, you're going to be in the lead and you're going to be playing defensive for, a very long time. Eventually, he's going to be playing very defensive soon to try to keep this race lead. But the one con for the strategy is that there is a potential chance where he might have to pit again, and then the others might be able to stay out because because Ford and the others just pit, and because he pit 20 laps later, he's going to be out on those tires for a long time. He's going to lose a ton of spots from that. So either he's just going to try to play it defensive the rest of this race, or I think what he's playing right now is definitely a very risky strategy, but we're all for it.
Yeah, Little Man, from what it looked like, had pit about 10 laps from, I think, we go back to the pitting thing. Little Man had pit 10 laps from halfway. And remember, they had that mandatory pit stop as Ford is literally chasing him down. So a mandatory pit stop at lap like 10 to 12. And so that was about 38 laps, if anything. Yeah, I don't see this working out for Little Man at all.
Yeah, I think there's a chance where Ford and the others are going to come in one time just to end the race. Little Man might have to come in twice.
No, I think they all might have to come in one more time. If anything, Little Man 3 times.
They're all going to have to come in one more time without a doubt. I think that Ford and the others might be able to make it to lap 100 and then pit, but Little Man, I'm not too sure. He might have to come in a second time. What I do know is that he's going to really have to try to tire save here and try to prevent his stuff from wearing out to prevent that. But I don't know. Right now, the race could play differently from what we're talking about. But right now, just, from our experiences from just racing, he might have to come in an extra time compared to Ford, Cut, and Bubble, which is not good.
And speaking of other racing, tomorrow, the Nationwide Series, Bubble's Nationwide Series, goes to Kansas for the doubleheader from Nationwide and Cup at 8 p.m. EST. Ford will be in the booth along with whoever he brings up in the booth. Your race leader currently got some double duties, basically. Actually, triple duties. He races Cup. Speaking of that, Cup will be on the Bubble Boy 05 on Saturday, same time, 8 p.m. EST. So tune into those. Nationwide will be live here. So just keeping track of that. Remember that.
Don't want to miss it.
You definitely don't.
That feels like our motto here in MCRN. No, just don't miss a thing.
Literally, I guess you never want to miss a thing. These races can get crazy as there's Little Man. He's finally pitting. Well, let's see how this goes. I'm honestly very intrigued of whatever this strategy he's got going, because he didn't pit. It didn't work for him. Oh no, he went through a stall and then it messed him up. That's so unfortunate. Ryder comes in with him too.
Well, the good thing about this, at least, is that Ford's definitely going to try. Ford, Bubble, and Cut are all going to try to stretch this for as long as possible to prevent an extra stop. So he'll be able to make some of that time up. But yeah, that's still time getting shaven off, or not shaven off, but that's still time being added to what you originally had, and that's something you do not want in racing.
For sure. And Little Man comes out right in front of his brother. That's Bubble in the number 4 Chevy, as Cut has fallen back a lot. And they're not going good either. Ford is just the perfect race, or they're struggling big time.
Yeah, I think, Bubble just hit the wall, so that might be some reasons for it, losing a lot of tire wear. Ford, that's just the difference maker for Ford. He's just been running really good, consistent, and fast laps this entire race. And it looks like some of these people are struggling to do that in the first place, so I think that's just one of the reasons why Ford's up front. He was able to find the line that he's comfortable with. It's fast, and he's running it consistently. And what I mean by consistently is it's just fast lap after fast lap after fast lap, and it's very consistent. And he's just able to, use that to his advantage and take the race lead and build a huge gap here. I mean, look at the gap between him and Bubble. It's 7 seconds and 3/10, almost 4/10. That's really, really good.
Doing the math I'm doing math finally. Wow. He's still the fastest lap from earlier, but doing the math on the little man's pit, it was about 26 lap from his stint from 48 all the way to 76, which that might not be accurate, but it is close enough. And it turned out to be like 28 laps ran with those tires. I don't know if he pit earlier or if he didn't stretch it out enough, but regardless, I think he's still going to have to pit one more time for sure. There's no doubt about it. And if anything, he might need to pit 2 times again. Like I said, from earlier, he could have pit 3. Now he might have to do 2 times. Well, these guys are running just long races, so they might just do it 1.
I agree. From what I've been gathering from this and how long he could extend or stretch a stint, it's around 20 to 30-ish laps. So, and in this case, Ford, he'll probably have to come in around maybe, the 90s or, 100 laps, maybe even 105 if he really is able to, really stretch and save that much. But with Lil Man, he's going to have to come in an extra time. So in this case, he might have to come in, lap.
I think 106, something like that. Somewhere close.
Yeah. Actually, I think I got it mixed up. Ford's going to come in pretty soon, either within 80 or 90 laps. And then once he goes, Lil Man's going to have to come in again around 106 laps. And then he's going to be really far back, and then he's just going to have to try to catch up. And I don't think it will be enough. So, yeah.
So,
very interesting.
65 was when he pit. They all had a mandatory. Hold on, let's see this. I'm really trying to figure this out right now. So 26. Okay. So 20 at lap 26, they had a mandatory pit stop. They all pit at lap 65. So
Lil Man pit in the 40s.
So 20. What is that then? Okay, wait. As by the way, while we're talking about this, Cut, Ryder back into pit road. Cut had pit, Hog had pit, and I believe Bubble might be coming soon. No, he's not. So Cut
strategies, because Cut just pit.
Cut pit. No, you're thinking of Ryder. But Cut pit with Bubble and Ford. So why is he pitting this early? What is going on?
That's what I'm saying. They just pit like 10 laps ago, and they're coming. Maybe they're trying to do what Lil Man's doing. I think Lil Man's trying to, be defensive about it. Really try to catch up to Ford and really build a gap for when Ford comes in. But at the same time, with tire wear, I don't even know if he's going to be able to make it to the end of this race. He's going to have to come in again. So it's a very weird strat from these guys. And then Cut, I can kind of understand, but I mean, from there, it seems like it's too early for Cut.
Okay, I found it out. Cut's gonna make it all the way. So, the stint of what that mandatory pit stop was to what Ford had ran out, or had he ran to, it was 38 laps. Pitting now would make you at least 5 or 6 laps ahead from that deadline, from the final lap. So Cut has got it right. I believe Little Man is gonna barely. That's blue emo into the wall in turn number 1 and 2, and a caution to come out. Forget anything I just said.
All right, that is very, as he hits the wall again, hitting the nose of his truck into the inside wall. And the exit 2, that's going to bring the caution out. And another thing that's going to do is really mess up the strategy, because now Lil Man, and that pays out great for Cut.
Really
Cut and
great.
Bill, man, and Ryder, everyone that just pit works out beautifully for them. But regarding Ford and Bubble, they're going to get smoked on this restart. And another thing that this does for the ones that just pit, this is extra laps where they're not burning any tires or fuel, and it's just more laps that they're running without burning anything, which means it's more laps where they won't have to come in. So this really spices things up regarding strategy, and it also spices things up regarding pace, because we're going to have a very, very spread out field regarding pace just because of this tire wear.
Man, you know, it hurt my brain a little bit with the strategies that was going on, and now
Month break, man.
it's so good to have that weight off your back now, like wondering, what is going, well, who's gonna make it, who's not, who's gonna have to pit one more time, who's, like, now it's still who's gonna pit, because Bubble and Ford aren't just gonna stay out. Same with no Carmelo pit. So no, he didn't. I don't know. I don't think he did. But it's still gonna suck for Ford. This might have just ruined Ford.
What?
Never mind.
And it won't, because everyone will be on the same tire.
I don't know what this. Okay.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna just go. We're gonna go on an intermission, and we're gonna go on a break. You won't miss a thing. I mean, you literally won't. It's pitting. So we'll be. As we are back, we found out information finally on what the hell is going on. That mandatory pit stop is from basically burning fuel under burning tire wear under caution, which kind of sounds weird, but it's like, does it? I don't know how that works, but it's some glitch, so that's why there are mandatory pit stops. So basically, everyone's in the mix now, and this is about to get crazy.
It really is. As Cut in the lead here to start this off, how is this going to play out?
As we get ready to the green, Coca-Cola. And green flag back in the air. Snowman schemes 1, 2, and 4. Can they make it a 3? Let's, I wouldn't say hope, but I mean, okay. And Ford already looking for that third place with Hog in.
Whoa, crash! No!
That's Blue Emo. I don't know what just happened. Little Man went down on him. Also, Bubble has DNF'd. we forgot to mention that too. Bubble DNF because of some stupid thing that happened in pit road. That was his fault, but it was unfortunate for Bubble. So, that's what happened to Bubble. And Blue Emo DNFs from, I think, Little Man going down on him. I think Blue Emo tried to make a move and had just stuck his nose somewhere that it shouldn't have been. So we're going back green again. Sin, take it away.
All right, here we go. For like the millionth restart of the day, it looks like we're going green, green, green again on the restart. Ryder in the grass for a good luck charm. As here we go. We got it in the lead here. Ryder right behind. Looks like Ryder is probably not going to make a move just yet. It's a Snowman Custom Diecast 1, 2, 3. You gotta love to see it. The teamwork here as Cut is in the lead forward trying to get his race lead back. I bet he's kind of annoyed to the fact that his gap doesn't matter anymore and have to build that up for the next couple laps as Ryder making a move on Cut here on the exit of 4, getting a push from Ford.
Sorry, side by side with Cut as here's Little Man. Sorry, I was drifting off. Forward to the lead now, side by side with Ryder. He really wants this lead, as you would have thought the Snowman cars would just work together in this time. They're all near each other, but I mean, hey, winners want to win, I guess. Ford looking to make the move as he stays behind his teammate Ryder, and Little Man makes the move on Cut.
Oh, a huge move on Cut. Huge move on Ford and Ryder. Splitting it 3 wide, crossing the start-finish line. Little Man to the outside. Could he keep the momentum going? Get a run here on the outside Ford. Making a little bit of contact there with Little Man. Ford has been really good on the inside today. Could he get a run off of turn 2 to stop that run? Looks like he will. Still side by side here. Entering turn 3, Ford and Little Man. A huge battle for the lead.
Amazing racing as they stay side by side, but Ford's gonna finally be able to clear him as his teammates start to catch up, or just one. Cut catching up to this little pack. Little Man and Ford. Ford wants this win so bad, and I think out of everyone in this field, Ford definitely deserves it, and he wants everyone to know that, and he wants them to know that this is his win, and he's not gonna give up this fight with Little Man.
He's not, but Little Man's not going to make it easy for him. He's sticking with him right now. The most we've seen a driver stick with someone the entire day, especially since that green flag run. Little Man, a little bit of contact on the wall there. Going to lose a little bit of tire wear there, but it shouldn't be too bad as we cross the line from 95 to go forward. Still in the lead here, still trying to build that gap. Little Man using that line to his advantage to try to get a run to catch up to Ford. Exiting turn 2, looks like he will get that run. Start to catch up a little bit more on the backstretch here at Kentucky.
They're starting to spread out just a little bit more, and as I say that, Little Man gets the huge run going onto the inside on that apron side by side with Ford, and
just hitting the wall.
That was so close, and Ford's still gonna have that run, but this is allowing Cut to catch up now.
And if they keep going at it, Carmelo and Ryder might catch up too. Carmelo and Ryder were kind of going at it again. I feel like it's the rivalry of the race tonight at Kentucky as Carmelo is able to get past Ryder. Could they catch up soon? It might be possible because Ford and Little Man are about to go 2 wide again. Maybe, yes, 2, almost, no, kind of. But there's definitely a battle going on. Definitely going to bring some of these guys back up to the front.
As they get single file from that. Little Man had the run on the backstretch, just wasn't able to do anything with it. As if I were one of them, or if I was Little Man, I think I would ride next to Ford as much as I can, because regardless, Ford's gonna catch up. And I think Little Man has the worst tires. Apart from Cut. Cut hits the wall on the backstretch as they're side by side again. Little Man gonna have to slow down just a little bit more again on that apron.
Little Man running the apron there. Very interesting line to be using. Luckily with Cut, who's pitting again. Cut is into the pits.
What?
Did he lose a tire? What happened?
No, I think it's just his tire wear is getting extremely worse. From the no, because he was lagging. So I think he pit on. unless he's just trying to do something. I mean, hey, who the heck
Trying to do
knows?
something.
That well, duh. But
He's leaving his stall.
in, in the IndyCar race, the classic IndyCar race at Las Vegas and Charlotte, I tried I had pit with 5-10 to go. Because of that very caution-filled series, very extreme racing, I would have thought there would have been a caution. I think that's what Cut is trying to do. He is trying to wait for that moment to where everyone needs to pit, and he has just way better tires, way fresher tires than any of them. Because who knows if they can make it to the end.
It's a very solid gamble the way his race has kind of panned out. You know, it seems like his long run pace hasn't really been the greatest because you've seen him lose so much time compared to most of these guys. And with the fact that we say anything could happen in racing, I think it's definitely a good, option to do coming to later stages of this race. Still going to be in a really good spot in the championship fight. Still going to get potentially, actually he will because Ryder comes into the pits. Still has a chance to get a top 5 here. So I think it's a pretty risky call, but at this point with the stages and the position you're in, what could go wrong?
And I think to even get anywhere near close to being able to win, you need to do something that's not speed. Because Ford has all that speed. He's starting to pull away from Little Man, as Carmelo and Cut are even trying they're starting to get up to Little Man. As we're about to reach 16 to go, the Snowman might be happy today with how good his drivers are going to do, but the only disappointment is I don't know if Cut and Ryder are gonna be able to stick with it till the end. I mean, obviously, yeah, but who knows if Ford's gonna pit or Little Man or Carmelo?
So we're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on here as Ford just lights out today. As you've said, Snowman cooking with not only the schemes, but with the driver lineup too. Picked a very consistent driver to run his car up in first place here in Kentucky. And it seems like every race he's up in first. But it looks like Little Man might be kind of catching up here, trying to spoil the party for Snowman schemes. As crossing the line, he has definitely shrunk that gap down as Cut past Carmelo. So he might make something happen regarding to Little Man's gap and Ford's gap.
He's honestly he's shown some displeasure to those Snowman cars, usually calling them out. So definitely Little Man would love to get past Ford, as he's about to get a Snowman scheme sandwich currently.
He has one on faster tires and one in a really good car with a really good driver. As Cut is definitely going to ruin Little Man's momentum a little bit here, getting to the inside of Little Man, trying to make that move to get to his inside, try to get to Ford, try to get back to the lead lap. As Little Man still gets a really good run, still going to kind of stick with Ford here, as Cut is going to try to make a move on the outside here in turns 3 and 4. And it looks like he's going to get a little bit of a run. It looks like he might clear Little Man coming into turn 1 with that run.
Yeah, from earlier, I saw Little Man had hit the wall. So I think Little Man is suffering on these older tires. And Ford, it shows nothing at all for the number 3 car. He is running his line correctly, running it consistently each lap. Little Man's still the fastest from that stint earlier. So, I mean, it's safe. It's not safe to say yet, because who knows if they still need a pit. Either Ford's just good at covering it up, or what. I don't even know. But it might be safe to say that he's gonna win today.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to what we were talking about with, tire wear, dirty air, and then most importantly, consistency. Because what Ford has done is he's done perfect in all of those 3 things. He's been consistent with his laps and his lines. He hasn't really worn out his tires a lot just because his laps are so consistent and fast. I don't think I've seen him hit the wall once today. And, I mean, yeah, he's just done everything right today. And it just shows on how if you do everything right, then, you're going to pay off the most out of anyone, and Ford is doing that tonight in the lead right now, still building that gap, now 1.5 seconds compared to Ford and Lowman. And yeah, it looks like it's Ford's race to lose right now.
That's starting to get near him. So we'll see if he makes the move on his teammate or if he's going to push him, which honestly could happen. I mean, who knows? This, I don't see how Ford loses this.
Yeah, unless there's a huge caution and it bunches everyone up together, which doesn't look like it might be the case just because it's so far spread out. I think Ford definitely has this one in the bag.
I mean, this is when you know. This is when you know that I think we know who the race winner is, as we're starting to lose what we're saying. We're starting to say very, very shorter sentences. As Cut makes the move on Ford to get his lap back, he's not gonna gain much. As we hit 9 to go, and Cut hits the wall, and that slows him down. But Little Man is like 2 seconds away from him. And he gained maybe a millisecond there. But, yeah, I don't know.
It won't really mess Little Man or Ford up that much just because of the gap he's built. This battling right now might mess Ford up a little bit. Cut is trying to kind of be a little bit of a nuisance to his teammate of Ford here, but nonetheless, I think Ford should be A-okay. 9 to go, so has a pretty solid gap here. Still seems to be putting in really good lap times. I'm pretty sure Ford might be A-okay.
Ford, just Ford 3. He was just Ford 2 a couple of times. We've never seen number 1. Just Ford 3. He won the last 2 Bubbles Cup races. That is Martinsville and Chicagoland. He won that battling a better car from Kimi. On Chicagoland. Martinsville, he won it off of technicality because of a hacker that joined the game. Very crazy of how that happened. And he is yet to win a Bubbles Craftsman truck, as those are all 3 Snowman cars. What?
Very, very. Hopefully this plays out okay, as Ford going to split it 3 wide here between the 2 cars with the faster and fresher tires. As looks like Cut will make it through. Ryder messing up Ford a little bit there might help Little Man out just a tad there, as we are coming off of turn 4, going to cross it. Oh, that's going to mess up Ford too. Could his teammates might mess up his win as we come up to 6 to go? Anything's possible. Could that happen?
It'd be really funny if just one of them just turns him into the wall. That probably wanted to not be funny for Mr. Snowman, but just the ironicness of them going back just for it to backfire would be pretty hilarious. But I don't think so, as they are just going to continue to push Ford to this victory as they are catching up on Hog for 5 to go.
Ford's surrounded by a ton of lap cars here. But yeah, I think just with the gap he built, I think he should be all right. Unless something happens as Cut, it looks like he kind of puts a bumper there on Ford. Doesn't mess him up too much. But yeah, with 5 to go, Little Man starting to catch up a bit.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this is helping. I don't think this is helping.
Ford needs to make a move now. Actually, I don't even know if he can, because Ryder and Cut are all on fresher tires, and they just have a. No! Ford goes around in the tri-oval. He almost saves it. He can. He's getting around. Oh my God! No!
Are you serious?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, I didn't say anything. Little Man is your leader with that unfortunate thing for Ford. I can't even believe it.
Okay, with Ford to go, Ford might still be able to catch up. He's finally away from his teammates.
He's on the same tires as Little Man and Carmelo. The only person who even has a chance is Carmelo.
Might be a battle between Carmelo and Little Man. If somehow they mess up each other on the last lap and it ends up being in a crash, Ford might be able to take this race lead. But from a dominant effort and a perfect day from Ford goes to disaster as he gets clipped by Ryder, who turns him around in the trial. That might be his race done in P3. How fast a race could change is, it's crazy. How Ford could just go from dominating an entire race to one stupid, silly incident in one turn and one lap just messes everything up, as it looks like it's definitely going to be a battle between Lil Man and Carmelo, who's making a lunge on the inside.
And they are side by side. This is definitely going to be the battle that we got to look at as we're coming into turn number 3.
Turn number 3, Lil Man still ahead in the lead, trying to get that good run off. It looks like he will. Carmelo in the dirty air as we're going to cross the line here. It's a battle between Lil Man in the 85 and the 04 of Carmelo. In the 04, white flag in the air. Lil Man splitting it 3 wide between Ryder and Carmelo. Could Carmelo make something work on 1 and 2?
He's really trying to look for that outside lane run, as he might be able to get as they're side by side. Little Man still yet to clear Carmelo. Carmelo side by side with him now on to turn number.
Ryder, what is he doing? Ryder turns Carmelo. Carmelo gets slowed down. Ford is catching up. Ford hits the wall. It's coming to the line. Coming to the line. Lil Man is gonna win. So what?
No words. No, absolutely no words from what just happened. That needs to be a disqualification for Ryder, definitely. And I don't even know what to say. That, oh.
Okay. Into turn 3, Ryder, who is a lap down, splits it 3 wide on 2 leaders fighting it for the win, turns Lil Man, and then Lil Man saves it somehow. Carmelo checks up a ton to avoid that crash. Ford gets a huge run, tries to catch up with the amount of momentum he had compared to Carmelo and Lil Man. Ends up hitting the wall. Lil Man crosses the line to take the lead in the pits. Surely they're going over something right now, but that was unbelievable. Ryder, I'm not too sure what Ryder was doing there.
I'm confused. I'm just like, what? That's a first too. I'm gonna look at this. I'm just gonna take a little look. You know what? Ryder might be right. Yeah. Or that could have been. I mean, it is not my decision at the end of the day, and what we see on the stream, Little Man is your official winner, and I believe we missed that a little bit. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Ryder is disqualified, and I don't know what LCI means. What does LCI mean? What does anyone know that means? LCI. Bubble.
Bubble.
What? Can you? Oh, the whole game is kicked. Is that just it?
Yeah, but hold on. Let me stream this for you.
Okay, Turdy, go on the. We're still live. Turdy, go on the.
All right.
On his stream. Go on his stream.
So Carmelo has a run on the outside. Ryder has a run trying to get up to Lil Man. Coming into 3, Ryder isn't there yet, but he's starting to. Right there, you can kind of see the.
Look, the leaders are already turning in. Ryder just doesn't turn in.
Yeah, he didn't.
Ryder doesn't turn in. He turns Lil Man. How did Lil Man end up winning this race after turning around?
Yeah,
Carmelo is the best. That's why. It's because Carmelo's the best. We'll get
Carmelo.
right there.
I mean, I appreciate you know Carmelo checking up for a wreck. That's definitely something you want to see. What? Go back.
Then Ford full sends it.
Full speed. All right, Carmelo on the outside, getting a run. Ryder on the inside. Ryder has so much. Yeah, Ryder has so much room on the inside. Like,
He doesn't turn in. The leaders
He
are already
just didn't
committed.
turn in.
You can see where the leaders turn in. They turn in right after the Z-Max sign, right? And Ryder, you can see Ryder's trajectory. His trajectory just keeps going. Watch.
We're still on.
yeah,
we're
you
still
gotta.
on. Yeah, that's weird. And then Ford full sends it in. I mean, you could speculate something, but it's just like
Well,
that's crazy.
There's penalty for Ford too.
Wow.
There's
Alrighty.
also issue for Ford. That is
So, Low Man's your official winner here at Kentucky.
Yep, and that's gonna be it for that's gonna be it for Thursday Night Thunder on MCRN. A crazy way to finish that race. Very chaotic. Sin, do you have any last words?
Well, how fast all race talking about how fast the race could change, and within 5 laps we see Ford get turned from a dominant lead, and then we see Ryder collect Lil Man and almost Carmelo go around, and then Lil Man ended up winning it after spinning in turn 3. How fast the race could change is just, it seems like the theme for road racing, but yeah, I know KRE has a lot of that, and of course we stream it here on MCRN, and when we say don't miss a thing, don't miss a thing, because you can miss amazing action like that here at Kentucky and any other track in all 4 series. So yeah, what a race, what a way to end off the night, and yeah.
Very strange way to end off tonight, but dang, that was Ford's race. If his teammates didn't do that, that was gonna be his. Crazy way. Then Kentucky will be back next week for Atlanta Motor Speedway. That should be a fun one. I think is it old Atlanta, Bill?
Yo, what? Yo, what?
Is it old Atlanta?
Yes, but it is super speedway configuration.
Yes. Okay. So, but it'll still. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's gonna be wrong.
Well, we'll get to that next week. Again, everything on MCRN nationwide trucks, and soon on another channel with the MCRN name and as a name, see Classic IndyCar Racing League. That will be it. I was your host Marcus. I was here joined with Sin and Turdy, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.